Well, how are you all doing today? John Adamson with Seeking Light. Merry Christmas Eve. So I'm just going to keep this brief and want to first of all wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thomas Paine, I don't know if you recognize that name, but he's probably foremost famous for what's called Common Sense, which were some pamphlets that he wrote in the leading up to the Revolutionary War for the United States. And he was heralded as one of the great thinkers of his day, a philosopher who influenced greatly people like Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin. Obviously, Thomas Jefferson, the chief, and Benjamin Franklin, one of the lesser authors of the Declaration of Independence. And one of the books that Thomas Paine wrote was called The Age of Reason. He was not a Christian. In fact, he rejected the Christian religion quite specifically, and including the Bible as well. And one of his big concerns with the Bible was he believed he was a deist. A deist is somebody that believes in a God, a creator God, but his philosophy was that God was so far above our ability to understand that there was no way that God could put words to paper or papyrus or whatever, that a man would understand it and therefore be able to relate to God. He found that belief abhorrent, and he believed his view of God was so much higher than the view that the Bible had. And so there is something to what he was saying. You know, the Bible makes it clear that God lives in an unapproachable light. In other words, his holiness is so great we can't bear in our human form to just look at him. There's a reason that God put Moses into the cleft of a rock and just allowed Moses to have a brief view of the backside of God as he passed by. The backside, anthropomorphism of the appearance of God. And it so radically changed Moses that it made his face radiant, and he was unable, people couldn't look at him for the rest of his life because it scared them, because he had to cover his face because he had this like supernatural glow. We don't fully understand, but it scared people about Moses. And so that brief glimpse of God's glory transformed him. So this idea of a transcendent God who we cannot relate to because of his otherworldliness or his holiness is not entirely inaccurate. So Thomas Paine had that in part right. But God is also supreme in his mercies and graciousness towards his creation. And in his supreme graciousness, allowed his son to, and his son wanted to do it too, to become a man and dwell among us. And so God took on human form, which of course we're going to celebrate tomorrow. If you're an American Christian, or even most Americans are going to celebrate Christmas, even though they don't fully engage in the origin. But that idea that a transcendent God, so holy, so unapproachable, became human so that we might approach him. There's a lot of theology that could be talked about there. But anyway, Thomas Paine had it right, but he had it very wrong. God has put onto paper words for us to understand on how to know him. And he also became flesh and dwelt among us so that we might know him. And these are wonderful messages, or a wonderful message related to Christmas. And so my hope is that you won't be like Thomas Paine and believe that there's just no way to know God. And he has given us his word that we can physically read and engage our minds with. And he gave us his son so that we might dwell among him. And that's all I've got for today. So Merry Christmas to you. I will be posting another video possibly later today. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching, and God bless.